Hi, I'm Debbie and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for December 15th through the 21st. Now this is the overview reading, so if you're looking for the individual ones, they will be popping up after I get this done, okay? Sometimes today, maybe. Anyway, I am using my Radley Valentine deck for the regular readings, and that's going to be my Angel Tarot cards, John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. I am also using my Angels of Abundance, Doreen and Grant Virtue, and my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. I will pull one from the Angel Answers, again, Radley Valentine. Now, for this overview, I am going to be using my Angel Wisdom Tarot, again, Radley Valentine, and I will be using my Osha Zen Tarot cards. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy, but remember, these are general readings. They may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest, okay? Okay, now I'm an intuitive channeler, so what that means is I open myself to God, Holy Spirit, and just ask for whatever needs to come through to come through. So let's go on and see what we have right now. In the sun, in the planets, and this is one of those things that I go through with you. And not opening up. There we go. Is that working for you? There we go. Okay, let's see what we have here. So on the 12th of December, we've talked about this, is the new moon. It is 20 degrees. 20 degrees is also considered in the tarot the judgment card, or in a way it is next steps. It is in Sagittarius. This is the last new moon of 2023. So Sagittarius is very adventurous, very passionate, very go-getter, go get 'em. And, remember, this is the archer. This meets this when they pull back the bow and that arrow goes flying. It does meet the mark. Okay, so on the 13th, we have Mercury, which is in Capricorn, sextiling, which is not necessarily a very strong partnership, but it is a partnership still with Venus in Scorpio. So Mercury is about communications. It is also about technology. A lot of times, we drop down here, when Mercury goes retrograde, and we have been in that shadow, and now we're going actually into Mercury retrograde. A lot of times people will say, this is when electronics has problems. This is when, don't buy anything new unless you're going to get a good warranty on it. Also, too, there is also the saying, don't start any job or career during Mercury goes retrograde. Now, I have started about 3 that I can remember, and I will tell you, they did not last long, not through any fault of my own. Just, one closed, we had something else happen, yada, yada, yada. And at the same time, though, I have been blessed each time that Mercury went retrograde, and something else that was wonderful came along. So that's why I say Mercury retrograde is a lot of times karma being resolved. A lot of times the Empress card comes out, the Empress being Mother Nature, Holy Spirit, comes through and wants to provide for you and wants to make things right. But anyway, Mercury in Capricorn, remember Mercury, very quick energy, Capricorn, earth energy, money, job, career. It is partnering with Venus, which likes to be in Libra and Taurus, but it's in Scorpio right now, so there is kind of a dreaminess to it. 8 is about unlimited opportunities, possibilities. Scorpio has a transformational energy to it, so there could be some transformational energy, transformational relationship energy going on this 13th, especially around your job, your home. But then with Mercury going retrograde again at that 8, it's something magical can happen. So now on the 16th, we have the 25, 2 choices, decisions. 5 is all about change. You add them together, they become a 7. Numbers are important. When you look at everything, it's like there's always something that has a meaning. So you have to be watchful for them. So we have that 7 divine umbrella. Sagittarius, again, the fire sign, the adventurous sign. Now it's squaring off. It's squaring off with Neptune. Now Neptune has gone direct now in Pisces. So a lot of things that Neptune in Pisces uncovered before it went direct will be coming out more and more. And I kind of feel like Sagittarius squaring with Neptune is, whenever I see the squares, it's not quite the same as opposition, but whenever I see the squares, I feel like it's that pearl or that piece of sand that becomes the pearl. It may be uncomfortable, it may be, it may be difficult as all get out, but something beautiful comes through that. So now we have Mercury retrograde, we talked about here. 5 is all about change. So it is going back. I told you, I really feel that Mercury retrograde is about karma, is about righting wrongs, and it's trining with Jupiter now, 5 degrees in Taurus. Jupiter is all about good fortune, good luck, wants to provide provision. Taurus, again, earth energy. So with this, this is a stronger partnership. So again, there's something that can be during all of this time, there could be something very uncomfortable, but very magical at the same time. And we are we are coming to the end of 2023. So while this may be very uncomfortable and we may want to just kind of pull our hair a little bit, when we get through it, we'll see something magical appear. So here we have again Venus, 19 degrees. 19 is the sun card in the tarot, the major arcana. It's all like great opportunities, good job, you've done well, let's be blessed. Scorpio, again, I talked about Venus in Scorpio. It's now opposing Uranus in Taurus. Now Uranus is expect the unexpected. Taurus, again, that earth energy here. And these have been, Jupiter and Uranus are going to be here for quite a while still. Now, the thing about this, now some will say that this is creating a bridge, but Uranus to me is always a little bit, to me, the Uranus kind of pulls that rug out when you least expect it, okay? So there could be something about relationships having to go through some sort of metaphysical or metamorphosis type of changes, okay? Now we have the sun crossing the galactic center, 28 to 29 degrees in Sagittarius. This does happen every year. This is when it's supposed to be, when you look at the Milky Way, and I don't know a whole lot about this, but when you're seeing the Milky Way, it's when the sun is crossing the main part, the middle of the Milky Way. There's supposed to be this really big black hole there. Again, a lot of, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I do know that they do believe that it's been said that your psychic abilities, your connections, I'm not saying that the veil gets real thin, but it's like you yourself, there's a lot of ascension energy during this galactic center, okay? And then, of course, on the 22nd, the sun will enter into Capricorn. We will have the winter solstice for the northern hemisphere, the summer solstice for the southern hemisphere, and that is when it is unequal with light and dark, okay, day and night. So, at this time, night will be more so than day, but then as we go into the 23rd, 24th, 25th, what happens is, and this is like the 21st and the 22nd, the solstices, as we go into it, light becomes greater, dark becomes smaller, depending, of course, where you're at. So we do have some interesting times here. And also too, Mercury going retrograde in Capricorn. I believe it's around the 22nd and the 23rd again, when Mercury retrogrades back into Sagittarius. I think it's the 21st, but don't quote me on that. And that's when, Mercury retrograding in Capricorn, again, information, hard facts, hard things, things maybe that we don't really want to understand again. But then when it goes into Sagittarius, Sagittarius has that fire. And it's kind of like we might be feeling from the 13th to the 22nd, again, that hard energy that I was talking about. We may be feeling very victimized. We may be feeling very hopeless. But when it goes into this 22nd and 23rd, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, when it goes into Sagittarius, that's when we go, enough is enough, okay? So I hope that makes sense. I hope that's my insight. I will never tell you that I am a major astrologer or anything like that. This is more a case of what I feel is, feel what's going on. and what, I interpret and what I believe. Okay, so let's go on here. We are entering into, we're about to go into that Capricorn season. Pluto is about to transition. I think Pluto transitions into Aquarius right when Aquarius season comes. So Capricorn season is like, it's like Pluto has to get things done, because once it enters into Aquarius, I know I have a lot of high hopes for Aquarius season, because Aquarius energy will not put up with Pluto baloney. How's that? Okay, let's see. Higher power, Holy Spirit, what do you want to say for everyone out there? What do you want to say, especially for this 15th through the 21st, this last week in Sagittarius? What is there to say? What is there to say? Okay, let's go on. We're going to cut. Here we are. Shout out to Candy and Kwan. I really enjoyed seeing you yesterday at Treasure Village, so thank you for coming in. Here we go. Let's see. Okay. Anything reversed, to me, has a little stronger energy. So I know some people will say it's the opposite meaning, but when I started reading this, it was very much for me. No, that is not how to read these cards. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. First card is the Lovers. We have the Lovers. This is Major Arcana. This also, this is a number 6. This is associated with Angel Raphael. Raphael is the angel of healing. Now remember, healing doesn't have to be just emotional or physical. It can also be financial healing. It could also be about coming together in a healthier relationship. It can also be about learning to love yourself so that you can love others. Okay, so there's a lover energy here. There's a healing energy here. Now, sometimes though, and I always hate to be negative on any of these, but sometimes healing has to hurt. Okay, it's like if you've ever had to have physical therapy and they're telling you one more, you can do it, one more. And you're like, I don't know where this person comes from, but it's making me crazy. So sometimes to heal, you have to go through that dark time and that dark pain in order to expunge it, in order to just basically, just repudiate, just to get rid of, and just to move through. Okay, whoever needed that one. Anyway, but the world in itself, the universe, remember, these are universal readings. So there could be the pain, but with the pain, after the pain comes that healing. Okay. Here we are. Embrace true love and deep, intimate friendships. Make choices from the heart, vibrant health, or recovery from an illness. So this, I feel when that recovery, recovery. Sometimes we have to go through those growing pains. Sometimes we have to go through those healing pains. As a nurse, it was not necessarily easy to tell people after surgery, we have to get you up. We cannot let you just lay there. And some people were like, no, I don't want to do that. So sometimes, you have to have that hard love energy. Okay, next card is, we have the 8 of, that's air, the 8 of air energy, right? Is that air or is that water? Okay, let's see. This would be water energy. Sorry about that. Water energy. They give you this little thing, and I sometimes get that confused with these cards. But I do love these cards because they give you so many different things. Just an aside, we have the number, we have the sign, we have the angel, and we have what major arcana this is associated with. So this is the water energy, and that is associated with our Pisces, which has Neptune going direct, and it's associated with, and also Neptune and Saturn. Saturn's a taskmaster. It also has Cancer. Cancer is the full moon that's coming up at the end of this month. Okay, so Cancer, lot of feelings I'm getting with that Cancer full moon, but we're not there yet. but that there's so many times that the veils get very, very thin. And I think from the solstice to this Cancer full moon, the veil between this world and the next will be extremely, extremely thin. So we have a lot of opportunity. We have the water energy here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, fluid, very emotional, very, very spiritual energies with that. And this is about leaving something behind. Okay, so I'm feeling, again, with the world energy in itself, it's almost like the shade, like the shade on a window, where the shade sometimes pops up and the light comes in, and sometimes the shade comes down and it blocks out the next. There's going to be something, there might be an occurrence, there might be something that's just I'm feeling very sharp. It's like, this is ended, this begins, okay? And I kind of feel like it's like that snap energy. Now, water energy doesn't normally have that snap, but if you think about the water when it's like a waterfall, it can be very rushing, very, very powerful. So this is about moving on, leaving something behind, going into an unknown future. We have that, I told you, enough is enough energy going on. There is a change. We have been having the change. We have been moving forward. We have a lot. Somebody was asking me about sunspots. There's been a lot of sunspots moving down. I don't know a whole lot about them, but I know that the Schumann resonance was having a lot of white areas. The sunstorms have been picking up and picking up. There is a lot of energy, and then this comes along and says, this is done, move on. You may not know where you're going. You may not know what you want, but it's time to make that move. The need to move on. Seeking more from life. Let's see if I can get that in here. Come on. Seeking more from life than what you are experiencing. Again, that kind of goes along with what I was saying especially when Mercury goes into Sagittarius again. A spiritual quest. Choosing to make big life changes. A change in priority. Leaving home. So here this person is leaving, has their little backpack in it, has a little bit of a cup in there. There's all these little cup energies here. There's a dog. The dog is looking back, but the human is looking forward. There is a moon out there. I'm always trying to remember, I think that is the waxing moon. It's getting bigger, so I think that's the waxing moon. And it's a new beginning. It's a new start. We have a 20. 20 is the Judgment card. That 20 also brings about a new beginning card. So something is happening, that something's got to change, something, but it also is saying the world has to embrace that change. The world needs to want to make a change. Okay, next card is the Knight of Earth. Earth energy is about Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So remember what it is that Jupiter is in Taurus. We had Capricorn, Mercury in Capricorn before it transitions. Pluto is in Capricorn, but it's ready to make that change, make that leap. The Knights, to me, the court cards have dual energies. So the Knight's underlying energy is fire, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. Aries and Sagittarius right now are very strongly based. Again, I talked about the Earth, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Money, job, career could also be about your home. But the Knights are also very focused. When they really figure out where they want to go, the Knights move in that direction. So we have the horse. The horse is saddled. The horse is ready. But we have the Knight looking at his plans, looking at what he wants to do. But he's going to be very thorough about his next step. So whatever is happening, it has been planned out. Now, could that be cosmic planning? Definitely. God's source planning? Definitely. But there is a change. Things have been planned out. Things are going to move forward. But it's also going to be, when the Knight is ready. Loyal, dedicated, protective, apprehensive. Plan carefully before taking action and then get going. Pay attention to the details. Wait for perfect timing. A guardian angel or someone who watches over you. So interesting energies here. healing energies, learning to love yourself energy, learning to have better health here. Let's see, recovery. I am getting the recovery. It is time to recover. It is time for the world to make some switches, some changes. We may not know where we're going. It may be very scary to us. It may be a very spiritual quest. So I do, but then we have this where it says, wait for the perfect timing, making the plans. Things are happening. Things are changing. It's all, and again, we can feel the precipice. We can feel it's like almost there. It's just a matter of when is almost there. But again, I do feel that this Aquarius, Pluto going into Aquarius, Pluto won't know what hit him when it goes into Aquarius. And remember that the planets are named after, I don't know, the Greek or the Roman gods. So you have to, you don't have to, but it's not a bad idea to make sure to associate with those energies. Okay, there's a reason that they were. What is the reason? Hey, bigger than me. Okay, let's go on to my Osha Zen Tarot and see what else is there. What else is there going on? Time to recover. So, but it also is the recovery, maybe the time for recovery is actually, maybe it's done and there's moving on, change in priorities, leaving home. Okay. Oh, this one's always interesting. Comparison. This is this is how the world needs to see things. So we have 5. 5 is about change. We have the oak tree, we have the bamboo tree. We have the steady, strong oak tree, but we have the bamboo tree that can be used in many, many different ways. Both of these earth energies can be used in many different ways. One is a little bit more rigid, one has more flexibility. It does not make one better than the other or worse than the other. So I'm not quite sure where we're going to go with this one, except that there could be a couple of choices. We may need to look at them very carefully, and we might need to say one way is not better than the other, okay? Because both of these have their strengths, both of these have their uses, and both of these have their weaknesses too, okay? So, do we, maybe we need to be a little bit in between. We need to be the oak. The world needs to be the oak, stand strong when we need to stand strong, needs to be able to bend when we need to bend, okay? So, interesting where this falls, not quite sure how to place this, except the comparison is, it's kind of a shift. It's a shift in our paradigms. It's a shift in how we see things, especially when, maybe we're going from something that was rock steady to something that has more flexibility and bends more. We're going from an stronger earth energy, but something that bends more in the wind, in the air. I'm not sure, but we will see what we will see, okay? All right, so always interesting what is going on. I hope that you found it interesting too. And I just want to thank you all for everybody's support. I posted something in my pages, so thank you so much for your kind words. I really appreciate that. All righty, now, do me my favor, because this helps. It helps to keep me on air. I know it's a little thing to ask. Please go and do the like, share, subscribe. Click on the button click on the bell for notifications. If you are watching me on Rumble, please rumble me. Most importantly, though, of all of this, always know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.